From Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, COVID-19 and white-tailed deer, what some researchers are finding in the wild animals.
Plus, household debt in the U.S. reaches a new record.
But first, a new pregame tradition for Husker basketball fans, raising some eyebrows. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Lift Every Voice and Sing has been played before Husker basketball games for more than a year now.
Of course, last year, due to the pandemic, no one was really there to hear it. With fans in the stands again, people are starting to notice it. Channel 8's Joseph Nasser spoke with some fans to get their reaction. Joseph.
Good evening, Rod and Megan. The Unity Anthem has its share of vocal critics in the state, most notably the governor. But Husker fans I spoke to said they're okay with the anthem being played at basketball games. They just want to make sure that the national anthem isn't lost in the shuffle. If you haven't been to a Husker basketball game this season, you might not be aware of the new anthem that's played before games.
As a show of unity and education, we present Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Lift every voice and sing.
Lift Every Voice and Sing became the official song of the NAACP back in 1919 and is often referred to as the Unity Anthem or the Black National Anthem. Not everyone is a fan. Governor Pete Ricketts recently spoke out against the playing of the song, saying, quote, "There is only one national anthem for the United States. It's the Star-Spangled Banner." Husker fans I spoke with were more receptive to the playing of the Unity Anthem as long as it doesn't interfere with the national anthem.
I certainly want to hear the national anthem there. The other anthem is fine as long as we hear the national anthem, because I think that means everything to Americans.
The national anthem represents all people, no matter what their color or race or whatever. But I don't have anything against the Unity song.
Husker fan Leroy Sveck says he was a bit troubled when he attended a game and heard Lift Every Voice and Sing played before the national anthem. The order of the two songs has since been reversed.
I'm glad they changed the order to get it the national anthem first, honor the flag, have the flag exit the auditorium, and then run the other anthem.
Dr. Lawrence Chatters, the Senior Associate Athletic Director for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, explains that the NABC, the National Association of Basketball Coaches, requested coaches across the country to play the song before games.
The coach, in concert with the student athletes and everyone involved, made the decision that we would play that song prior to our games.
As for the criticism of the Unity Anthem being played from people like Governor Ricketts, Chatters had this response.
We have made a decision here to play a very positive and uplifting song prior to our game to support our student athletes and bring people together in unity and inclusion. And I think that's a really positive thing that our state can look at and be proud of that we do in this athletic department.
Men's basketball coach Fred Hoiberg spoke on this topic yesterday, explaining that both men's and women's teams have players from across the country and across the world. The Unity Anthem is one way of bringing all of those different cultures together as one on and off the court.
All right. Thank you, Joseph.
And a reminder, the Husker men's basketball team is taking on Western Illinois tonight at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. You can watch it on Big Ten Plus. Otherwise, Channel 8's Kelsey Casper will have all of your highlights tonight at 10 o'clock. Now let's get you updated on your local COVID news now. Health officials saying this afternoon many people who are eligible for their booster shots haven't gotten it.
Currently, 40,000 people have received their booster dose, but 19,000 people who are 65 and older have not.
We strongly urge every person who is eligible to receive a booster dose to get one as soon as possible. We are seeing more breakthrough cases. 34% of the cases in the past 4 weeks were in people who are vaccinated.
According to Health Director Pat Lopez, the rolling 7-day average of COVID cases is increasing. In October, we were in the 80-a-day range, but over the past week, we're in the 100-a-day range. Also, hospital capacity, she says, is still high. Today, there are 94 hospitalizations, 54 of them from Lancaster County.
You can find upcoming vaccination clinics at covid19.lincoln.ne.gov or by calling 441-4200, or you can also text your zip code to 438-829. And there are 3 upcoming vaccination clinics for children. One of those tomorrow evening at the Waverly Community Foundation.
Another Friday at Norris High School, and one Saturday at Lincoln Northeast High School. These are by appointment only. speaking of all of this, we could soon see another booster getting the okay.
Pfizer is getting set to seek FDA authorization for its booster shot for people ages 18 and up as soon as this week. Authorization would bring the country one step closer to President Biden's recent promise that boosters would soon be available for every adult in the U.S. The Justice Department and White House have also responded to an appeals court that's temporarily blocking enforcement of the president's upcoming vaccine requirement for companies with 100 or more employees.
Congress empowered OSHA through a law that has been in the books for more than 50 years. So this is an authority that we believe the Department of Labor has.
Federal officials have also made it clear that they're concerned about decreasing immunity as the nation heads into the winter months.
In national news now, the U.S. household debt has reached a new record,
tacking on another nearly $300 billion. It now sits at $15.24 trillion. That increase is from between the months of July and September. That's 1.9% higher from the previous 3 months, or again, about $286 billion. Credit card balances rose again by $17 billion, and mortgage balances rose by $230 billion. Auto and student loans also both increased.
The number of people who became naturalized U.S. citizens is the highest in 13 years. In the fiscal year of 2021, it was 855,000 people. That's 230,000 more than in 2020. The uptick may be due to future fee increases and also efforts to get people to apply for citizenship.
Hey, it's time now for your first forecast. And John, I like these kind of days. A little cooler, still beautiful sunshine. Lovely day.
Just remember that by Thursday and Friday, because it's not going to be anything like what we had today with some sunshine around, temperatures into lower to mid 60s, a fantastic November day. Clouds are now beginning to increase, and you can see that from our live shot right now from Greenwood. You can see the sun is getting to set, and we're starting to see some clouds drifting in from the west. Take you out towards Fairfield, and you can definitely see some more clouds out there on the horizon right now. Temperature-wise, we're 55 degrees in Lincoln. We made it up to 63 this afternoon, so a nice day. Temperatures about 8 degrees above normal. It's now 54 in Grand Island, 55 degrees in Hastings. Not much right now on the satellite imagery, but you look back to the west, you can see some of that more that appearing in the western part of the state. But we're watching up to the southwestern portions of Canada. You can see some swirl going on there in the clouds. That is an area of low pressure that's coming our direction. Pointed that out to you last night at 10 o'clock. It's going to bring some colder air our way as we go through Thursday and especially by Friday. Now for this evening, we'll keep skies clear, 48 degrees by 8 o'clock, 46 by 10. But as we go through the overnight hours, clouds will be on the increase. And with those clouds for tomorrow will be some raindrops falling from the sky. I'll time out when rain is expected to move into the area for tomorrow, and more details on the cooler air coming our way. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, John. Here's quite the story now, a claim that 2 babies were switched not at birth, but before.
It's an alleged fertility clinic mix-up, and one of the couples has filed a lawsuit over a mistake they say never should have happened. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the story.
Alexander and Daphne Cardinale were thrilled about having a second child. They say they went through IVF 2 years ago, telling our Zoreen Shaw they couldn't wait to meet their baby girl.
You were really excited about this.
Yeah. We sort of envisioned the family being complete now.
But in a lawsuit against the California Center for Reproductive Health, the couple claims the baby they were so excited to meet and even raise for months allegedly wasn't theirs. According to the lawsuit, after Daphne gave birth, Alexander was confused and dismayed that the baby didn't resemble either parent.
I just didn't recognize her.
She looked probably Asian, right? Or at least in part, like, couldn't really tell.
The lawsuit stating 2 months after the birth, a DNA test confirmed Alexander's worst fear. The child was not related to the Cardinales.
I was really hoping that the embryo was still sitting in there in the lab. But we had this baby, and she was perfect, and we were in love with her. And I was just so scared that we were going to lose her.
They say they eventually met the biological parents of the child they had been raising. That family was raising the baby from the Cardinales' embryo, Zoe. Within months, the 2 children were back with their biological families, but now the Cardinales' lawsuit claiming the long-term consequences of this baby swap continue to haunt their entire family. The couple and their lawyer now calling for regulation in the American fertility industry.
There are virtually no regulations. There are more regulations that pertain to barbershops and nail salons than to fertility clinics.
The lab has not returned ABC News requests for comment about the lawsuits. As for the Cardinalis, though, they encourage families going through IVF to ask tough questions about the process. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And still ahead on the news tonight, concerns with white-tailed deer and COVID.
What you need to know if you're getting ready for deer season after the break.
Now is the time to upgrade your flooring, and our experts at Emo Flooring are here to help. Stop
In national news, 6 more of former President Donald Trump's close allies were issued subpoenas related to the January 6th insurrection.
But it's unclear whether they're going to comply or not. ABC's M. Nguyen has the latest from Washington.
USA! 6 new subpoenas from the House Select Committee investigating the deadly January 6th attack on the Capitol.
If those folks were also involved in the planning in any way of that attack, they should be held accountable.
Representative Adam Schiff, who's on the panel, says it's essential to hear from these new witnesses, all either former Trump administration officials or other allies, to find out what they might know about the efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Among those called to testify, former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, who encouraged Trump to invoke martial law to overturn the election. And Bernie Kerik, who allegedly paid for hotel rooms where supporters could strategize how to throw out the 2020 results. He was also investigating claims of widespread voter fraud in the presidential election, claims which were rejected by dozens of courts. Carrick pushing back, saying in a statement that the committee falsely claimed he was, quote, involved in efforts to promote false claims of election fraud. Another one of Trump's former advisors, Steve Bannon, has already defied one of the committee's subpoenas. He has been found in contempt of Congress, but so far without penalty, raising the question about whether the committee will receive cooperation from the new members of Trump's inner circle who have been subpoenaed.
It will be up to the Justice Department whether anyone is prosecuted.
Schiff says the possibility that members of Congress were involved in the planning and execution of the January 6th insurrection has not been ruled out.
If it leads back to the Capitol and members of the Congress, then that's what we will show.
Late Tuesday, the committee issued 10 more subpoenas to members of Trump's inner circle, including former press secretary Kayleigh McEnany. M. Wynn, ABC News, Washington.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dessauer.
We're starting to see the sun setting. Sunset at 5:14. I want to say 6:15 because you know those clocks at home that are on the ovens and the microwaves that haven't been changed? Just realized our clock on the front of the camera hasn't been changed yet, so I got to change that after the show is over, where it says it's 6:15 instead of 5:15. But the sun is just set. That happened at 5:14 this afternoon, and it's going to keep getting lower and lower. In fact, we lose 3 more minutes of daylight tomorrow. Here's a live look right now from Schoen's Roofing, looking off to the southwest from Beatrice. And take a look at this beautiful shot right now from Honda of Lincoln, looking to the south and west. You can see the sun is setting. We've got clear skies overhead, but out on the horizon there are some clouds, and they're going to spread overhead as we go through the overnight hours. And we're going to see a cloudy day coming our way for tomorrow. Right now 55 degrees. That's after a high of 63 degrees today in Lincoln. 58 degrees in Beatrice. 59 degrees in Fairbury. Notice with today's 63, we are now running 3.4 degrees above normal per day so far this month in November. Hopefully we will see that reflected in our heating bills later this month, where we're getting this nice little start to the month without having to turn the heat on too much. Mainly clear skies overhead. You can just start to get the sense there are some higher clouds coming in, especially as you go back into the western part of the state. Cold front from yesterday is off to our south and east. We are now watching a system that's back out to the west. This will bring a cold front through the area tomorrow. With it, we'll see some showers developing, and ahead of it, we'll see temperatures getting back up into the 50s. The cooler air does look to lag a little bit behind that cold front, but we are going to see some cooler temperatures coming our way for Thursday and especially for Friday. For the rest of this evening, we'll see clouds increasing overhead. Look for cloudy skies as we go through the overnight hours. Showers will be slow to arrive. Tomorrow morning, we'll start to see them out towards Broken Bow, out towards North Platte. Now, that's not out of the question we could get a stray shower tomorrow morning, but I think for the most part, we'll be dealing with showers as we go through the afternoon hours and into the early evening before these ends start to move off to the east. So just kind of a quick hit of some showers. Skies should begin to clear out somewhat, although I suspect we're going to see some more clouds around here on Thursday. And really over the next several days, I don't see a whole lot of sunshine coming our way until early next week. As far as how much rain, latest computer model suggesting just a few tenths of an inch to maybe as much as a half inch of rain down towards Beatrice. So again, just a quick shot of some rain coming our way tomorrow afternoon. For the rest of this evening, we'll see our temperatures going from the 50s at 6 down into the 40s. 42 degrees for an overnight low in Lincoln, 45 in Beatrice. Not as cool out towards Kearney, 30s, 90 degrees, 40 for a low tonight in Grand Island. Through the day tomorrow, we will start to rebound. As I mentioned, before that cold front comes through, we'll see our temperatures climbing up into the mid-50s as we head into the afternoon. Maybe a late warm-up just before that front moves through towards Grand Island and Hastings, but otherwise look for a high of 56 degrees in Lincoln, 58 in Beatrice. Winds initially tomorrow morning starting out of the southeast and eventually working their way around to the northwest once that front passes. 5 to 15 miles per hour, and I think the winds will actually start to turn a little breezy as we go into tomorrow evening as that front starts to move through. This is looking at wind chill values tomorrow evening, and you'll notice through 8 o'clock wind chill is dropping down into the low 40s. As I said, I think winds will start to gust maybe 20 to 25 miles per hour initially tomorrow evening, then they'll start to back off a little bit by Thursday morning, but wind chill values as you're heading out the door Thursday into the 20s to low 30s. We'll see more wind around Thursday afternoon and especially on Friday. Winds may gust 35 to 40 miles an hour Friday afternoon, and that could take our wind chill values well down into the 30s, if not even the 20s. So a chilly day coming on Friday. Right now the weekend looks to be dry, a little windy on Sunday, and then next week we start warming back up before another weather system comes through Tuesday and Wednesday, bringing a chance for a shower, and then dropping our temperatures back down towards the end of next week.
All right. Thank you very much, John. I'll enjoy today. Yeah. Some concern tonight as deer season for firearms starts this Saturday. Researchers as close as Iowa have found COVID-19 in several white-tailed deer.
The question, of course, do they think people are at risk? Channel 8 photojournalist Anthony D'Agostino looked at research and ask some questions.
For a while now, there's been concern on whether certain animals like deer can get COVID. After some researchers said yes, Penn State and Iowa State started looking into it more. And here's what they found. After studying around 300 deer in Iowa, about 75% of them had COVID-19. All of this after the USDA's original findings.
They experimentally infected white-tailed deer in a controlled lab setting, and they demonstrated that they indeed are susceptible, so they could be infected by the virus. But more importantly, they also transmit virus among themselves.
Kuchipudi and other experts speculate one way deer can catch the virus is from people feeding them in their backyards.
We certainly recommend individuals don't feed or bait deer because, like you said, it artificially congregates deer in a small area, and that results in increased risk of spreading diseases.
They're still researching if COVID can be passed back to people, and experts recommend hunters follow some safety guidelines that are already in place.
Just those really basic precautions of if you harvest an animal, make sure you're wearing gloves, washing your hands and your equipment after you're done, field dressing that animal, perhaps wear a mask if you're so inclined. Those types of things should be ample for minimizing your risk.
But he says you can still hunt.
We're just trying to remind folks that continue hunting. Don't let this rise to the concern of keeping you from doing what you love, and get out there, enjoy the fall, and take those basic precautions.
And for you hunters, once you get that deer home, the CDC says to reduce the risk of COVID-19 and other diseases from spreading to humans, cook your venison to 165 degrees or higher. Reporting for Channel 8 News, I'm Anthony D'Agostino.
So what about Nebraska? We reached out to the USDA to see if any testing is being done here.
They said no, and they're not aware of any other researchers doing it in our state. In other news now, it's highly unlikely COVID-19 will ever go away completely in the U.S. or across the globe.
But there will come a time when the virus won't be as prevalent. So how will the end of the pandemic look?
What we hope to get it is at such a low level that even though it isn't completely eliminated, it doesn't have a major impact on public health or on the way we run our lives.
Now, with mutations like the Delta variant, no one can predict exactly how prevalent COVID-19 will be in the future. Federal health officials want to track COVID-19 once it becomes endemic, and that means a disease has a constant presence in a population, but isn't affecting a significant number of people.
Not a great day on Wall Street. The Dow falling 112 points, NASDAQ down as well, about 96. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
Tonight, the president's trillion-dollar infrastructure
Finally tonight, an incredible discovery in Wisconsin. Archaeologists last week pulled an ancient canoe from Lake Mendota in Madison.
The historic dugout canoe under about 30 feet of water earlier this year. Carbon dating places it back at least 1,200 years old. Archaeologists say the canoe is remarkably intact given its age and will help them learn how people traveled and traded around the area. They believe it was once used for fishing.
Very interesting. All right, let's get a final check of the weather with John.
Yeah, this evening we're going to see clouds on the increase after some clear skies today. That's going to hold our temperatures up just a little bit. We'll notice the clouds coming in by 8 and 10 o'clock, 46 degrees by 10. We'll see more clouds through the day tomorrow, as well as a chance for some rain. And then after that, we've got some cooler temperatures. So if you have not gotten some warmer jackets out just yet or your coats, I suggest doing that this evening so you're ready to go for Thursday and Friday.
All right. Thank you, John, and thank you all for joining us.
Have yourself a good night. World News is next. We'll see you back here at 6 o'clock.